Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well on this Tuesday night. It is 15 July 2025. I apologize for slacking off on the market reports. I've been very busy and gratefully so. But for tonight's market report, we're going to take a look at the MLS, and our June numbers are in. So we're going to do a quick market recap of what the market did in June with a comparison to May. So the median sales price in May was $265,000, and that number increased to $270,000 in June. As far as the average sale price is concerned, it did go down slightly. We were at $324,279 in May, and that number decreased to $323,837. As far as new listings are concerned, we did see a slight drop in new listings, pretty common going in from May to June. So in May, we had 3,526, and in June, that number of new listings dropped to 3,316. As far as total homes are concerned for sale, we are continuing to see that inventory build. And so that number went up slightly. We were at 8,179 in June compared to 7,832 the month before. As far as pending sales are concerned, we did see a slight uptick in sales. Those pending sales still are not keeping track with inventory that is currently on the market. And so we did see an increase. We were at 2,294 in May, and that number increased to 2,353 in June. As far as closed sales are concerned, we did see a dip in closed sales. We had 2,330 or 321 in May, and that number decreased to 2,156 for the month of June. As far as days on market is concerned, the median days on market went down slightly from 21 to 20. The average days on market for listings also went down slightly from 48 days on market to 47 days on market. As far as the months of supply is concerned, this is important because this tells us what our absorption rate is. And so essentially what absorption rate is how much inventory is on the market and currently being absorbed by the market. So it tells us kind of what our balance looks like between buyer and seller. And so we had 3.9 for the month of May, and we saw a slight increase of 4.1, again, continuing to show that that inventory is building. So the percent of list price to sale price, we averaged 98.3 for the month of June compared to the month before, which was 98.1. So essentially what that does is that tells us this is what the property listed at, this is what it sold at, here was the percentage of list to sell price. And so we use that number because that tells us whether or not the pricing is within what is generally considered market expectations. So the median price per square foot in May was 158, and in June it went up slightly to 160. The average price per square foot was also increased slightly from 161 in May to 163 in June per square foot. As far as shows to pending are concerned, this is important because it tells us, okay, how many showings are does it take for a property to go pending right now, just on average. And so that number did go up slightly. It was at 9.7 in May, and it increased to 10.0 for the month of June. And then shows per listing is important because it tells us what is the average number of shows per each individual listing. And so if your individual listing is actually doing less than this number, this tells you that you're at the top end as it relates to what market expectations are. And so there could possibly be a price issue or a condition issue that's making this property not be in what is considered market expectations. And so we did see a slight increase. It was at 3.7 for the month of May, and that decreased to 3.4 in June. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you would like to know more about your specific city or town, feel free to reach out. My number is 580-917-2731. And again, thanks for watching. Have a great Tuesday evening. Bye-bye.